with regards to, there were a lot of episodes that were comedic or sometimes, downright serious. So, I mean, obviously, Cupid was a little bit more lighthearted. Caesar was a little bit more sort of, darker, a little more evil. In your sort of, what did you prefer? Did you prefer the sort of, playing, the bad guy, or, fun-loving Cupid, aside from, Glee?
Bad boys have more fun. It was always fun to play those characters on the darker side of life. They dare to do and say the things that we can't in real life. But I think the challenge, I think, to portraying a successful villain is not to make him some stereotypical 12-on-a-starch bad guy. You have to know why he's doing what he's doing, and I think that's one of the reasons why Benedict Cumberbatch, his performance in Star Trek was so amazing, because you were enamored by him, you cared for him, you felt empathy for his plight, and then he turned and he became a monster, and then you felt bad, and it was just so genius.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right over there, is that a Batman? Yeah, Batman. There you go.
I was just wondering, in terms of your character in the Chronicles of Riddick and where you started off at, and where he's going to be in the next movie, how do you think he's evolved since then?
Ben Affleck, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, man. My character in the next Chronicles, I was actually shooting Star Trek at the time, and so I just did a cameo. I came in for one day, and how shall I say this? I helped get Riddick off the ship. And set him on course to his new adventure. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. I've seen a bit of the footage, and it looks amazing. And of course, having the opportunity to work with Ben is always great. I really love him. He's a brother. And David too, he's a fantastic director, very, very specific. And we had a great time. It was really wonderful just getting back together after all those years and getting to hang with them for a day in their playground. Thank you.
Four finger in the middle.
She has no voice, so I'm going to ask the question. As you started off this with what is your favorite catchphrase that you've ever had to say, even off of Star Trek or any of those other roles that you've done?
I'd probably be good. Are you out of your Vulcan mind? What else? How do you want it, kids? Gotcha. Roberto Orsi and Kurtzman are amazing writers. And, lines like, space is full of disease and danger wrapped in darkness. That's great.
Open in the back.
If you could come to one of these conventions just as someone here, who would you dress up as?
You. Hey, how are you? Yep, you're in the red. No, not you. Put the flowers.
Can you blue flower girl? You've been in a lot of movies and television. You played a lot of roles, but I wanted to know which one was your favorite. Which is the role that you connected the most with and that you loved playing the most?
Wow, that's really hard. I have been asked that question a few times, and it's it'd be like asking a parent which is their favorite child, and it's so difficult because you invest so much time, energy, and love into these characters. I can say, roles that I'm particularly proud of, obviously, is, Bones in Star Trek, Dredd. There's a lot of hard work that went into that. I had a great time working with Matt Damon on The Bourne Supremacy. That was... and of course, I did a small independent film back in New Zealand. You probably haven't seen it. It's called Lord of the Rings.
So touching back on the whole Ben Affleck thing, when that movie was first announced, you were kind of one of the guys the internet immediately went for to take that role. What did you ask?
It's not actually true, but I like where your head's at.
Did you ever actually in the role for it?
No, I mean, look, dude, I was shooting Almost Human and committed to doing that and Star Trek, and the Batman role I think was sewn up by Ben and his team months and months and months ago. And you got to understand that he's has a long-standing relationship with Warner Brothers, not only as an actor but a director, and I can totally see the business sense to why they went there, and it's going to be interesting to see what he does with it. And I thought Christian did a great job, he really did.
You would have been better.
Oh, I'm not going to argue with you. I can't wait to see what they do. I can't wait to see what they do. It's going to be interesting.
Girl with the blue sweater.
So, classic Trek bromance. Kirk, Spock, McCoy. Spock's role being logic, McCoy, the emotional point of view. Kirk's in the middle, and as captain, he takes the best ideas, goes forward. And that's such an important part of classic Trek. As a fan yourself, you must have seen that. You did such a great job being cast as Bones, amazing. But I kind of felt like the latest film, what with Spock taking all the emotion away, Bones was left as sort of just putting out the cliches, taglines, that kind of thing. And I wondered, where would you like to see the character of Bones go in future films?
Thank you. That's a very good question. Obviously, a long-term fan, and so am I. Obviously, JJ's iteration of it is different than what's come before. It's a different universe, and I guess the weight and balance of that triumvirate is we're only just really starting to see a glimpse of that. I mean, I think we had one scene where we had a proper triumvirate scene with Kirk, Bones, and Spock on the bridge. And I certainly, would hope that from this point, since they're at the beginning of their 5-year mission, that we start to see kind of more on that. Because you're right, that was the very heart and soul of the original show. But I love what JJ has done. I think that he's made it more accessible to new fans, and I think that's really important for the continuing longevity of Star Trek. And I certainly know that the writers, Robert Orci and Alex Kurtzman, are Star Trek fans themselves. So, from this point going forward, I'm really excited to see, what they do. And I certainly, it's my hope that specifically for the character of Bones, that I get to see, or that we get to see him, take on. I guess more of the role that he portrayed traditionally as a conciliary to Kirk, and a friend, and not just an inferred friendship. I certainly would like to see that.
Gentlemen.